Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Cover Four podcast. As Randy Gibson and I are going to talk about a whole bunch of things this week. First of all, looked like it was a little bit soggy in Norman as you
Oh man.
marched in the homecoming with the alumni band and got a little soaked. I listened to the Ole Miss broadcasters. They were the ones that were on um, Sirius XM.
Hmm.
They were talking about the field being a little bit slick.
It was. In fact, we were kind of tiptoeing down a little in the part of the field for our pregame and halftime. I can tell you, as soon as I stepped out of the tunnel getting ready to go on for pregame, I kind of bogged down a little bit. My
Ooh.
socks and shoes were wet, kind
Uh-huh.
of down on the sideline there. Um, yeah, it was not a good field. I mean, I several times players on both sides were kind of slipping a little bit, and it had kind of misted for a couple of days, and it was soggy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Um, I probably had a little bit to do with the game on both sides, honestly. So, um, but it was a fun game. Third quarter was really exciting for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know, Um had that fumble, and that kind of turned the momentum back to Ole Miss's way. Oklahoma had it going for a while when they took the lead, and that fumble kind of twisted it back to Ole Miss, and Oklahoma never really recovered from it after that.
Yeah. So 34-26, losing to the Rebels. And now you got to make
Mm.
that trip to
Huh.
Knoxville, Neyland Stadium. And,
Yeah,
and they have called for dark mode.
yep, it's a
They're
night
coming out
game
with
and a
black,
blackout all the way around.
yeah, black with the orange numbers,
Hmm.
the orange stripe on the black helmet, the orange Tennessee T on the side.
Yeah,
That's going to be quite a sight come Saturday night, and the OU fans ain't ready for that.
it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jim, I'm going to tell you, I that was the first game since the Michigan game that I'd been to in person.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's quarterback, John Mateer, is not recovered from that surgery on his thumb and his
No,
hand. He
no.
is not. I was watching him pass. He wasn't getting in. And we talked about this after the Texas game. You know, he was not getting those long balls off.
Mm-hmm.
Now they had a couple of freshmen playing on offensive line, but in reality, I have to be honest, he's not fully recovered.
And probably will not be until the season's over with.
I don't think so. Not really. Um, that is not the same quarterback I saw in person versus Michigan at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Right.
Um, because he was the Heisman favorite there early in the season and back in September,
Yes.
and
And
he was doing really well. I feel like my own observation, I'm not a football coach, but my own observation from watching Oklahoma over many, many years is he kind of number one, he wasn't getting the passes off exactly
mm-hmm.
timed good, and he wasn't throwing the long ball. And I've watched him for 3 weeks starting with Texas. He hasn't really gotten that long ball,
Yeah.
dropping it into their bucket. Um, Short and medium, he's doing okay, but
The
still,
deep ball's not there.
he's kind of rushing it. When he sees a defender coming, now, if I can see it, the defensive coaches on the other sides can see it.
Yeah.
Um, he's he's kind of protecting that hand, which tells me
Mhm.
it's not
It's
healed
not
yet.
healed. No.
And because he'll get it off if if a defender gets pretty close to him, he'll let it go, or he'll tuck it and try to run it and protect that
Mhm.
hand.
Right.
As some people, I was kind of hearing the comment, he's become a ball hog. Well, I think it's because he's protecting that hand. If
Yeah.
you want my honest, that's just my not coach, but it's quarterback sitting in the couch, quarterback fan
Mhm.
observation.
Yeah. Well, you look
I
at the schedule and
Yeah,
Tennessee, you've
he's
got to go. You got to
defense
go
well,
losing.
you know. Uh, Defense played really well. I will give Ole Miss, and I talked with a couple of people at the airport on my way back to Utah Sunday. I talked with a couple of Ole Miss fans at the airport. Um, Ole Miss's offense is the real deal.
Yeah.
Their quarterback was good, and he was a slippery little guy, let me tell you,
Hmm.
especially on
Yeah.
that field that was slippery anyway. He was slipping, and their little running back, their little number five, he would hide in the middle of a pile of players and then just all of a sudden pop out from the bottom. And that
Hmm.
happened more than once. They would have a 3rd and 8, and you would think you had him down with
Yeah.
about a 3 or 4 yard gain, and all of a sudden he'd pop out of nowhere and pick up another 4 or 5 yards, and that happened all day long.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I
were,
was here on the call that they were, you get away and you think they're going to be 3 yards short. And next thing you know,
yep,
referee pointing first down.
yep, that happened all day long. It was kind of frustrating as an OU fan to kind of see because
Mhm.
have them, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, you'd think, oh right, we got him now. We'll put him in a punting situation, and they'd get it, or they'd get to where it was 4th and a yard, and they'd pop it out for about 2 or 3. And that I think they picked up 3 or 4 fourth downs throughout the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. And the thing of it is Lane Kiffin, he is going to gamble on fourth down.
And he
And
did.
you saw that. And he's the riverboat gambler, and
Yep.
they'll convert it probably 8 times out of 10.
And they did, and they worked out well for them. The fan experience, though, it was fun. Rainy, sun popped out in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Clouds parted. It got kind of hot, actually, but lots of fun. The alumni band had a ton of fun. Um, it was a good day for football. If you're a college football fan, it was a good game to watch.
Yep. Uh, Arkansas, they had a chance to beat Auburn and let the thing get away. They turned the ball over 4 times
Mm,
in the fourth quarter. Both teams had a pick six, uh, and the pick six that Auburn got pretty much helped them win the ball game. Their field goal kicker, I think he was 5 for 5 after going like 1 for 3, and he's not healthy, but he wound up he hit a 47 yarder,
hmm
and they beat Arkansas, and the fans are not happy at all with especially the way they played the fourth quarter. Uh, some of them began to turn against Bobby because of what they did in the fourth quarter, and I can see it possibly blowing up uh, at the end of the year. They
Yeah.
blow the whole thing up because my gosh, they've got so many coaching candidates for this job, not counting the guy from SMU who they
Mm.
really want, but can they afford him? I don't think they can afford him because, as you know, and I know, that SMU's got a lot of people with deep pockets.
Yeah. Yeah, they
So
do. They're a school. SMU is one of those schools that you wouldn't think they had that kind of alumni support, but they do.
they really do.
They're
Yes.
ranked up there along with not as much as Notre Dame, but their alumni have a lot of funds and
Yes.
have a lot of donor money, a lot
Yes.
more than people realize.
Uh, you can ask the coach who's down there now, who's the football coach. Ask Andy Enfield, who's the basketball coach. He leaves Southern Cal and goes to SMU
Hmm
and the ACC, And that's what the domino effect of 2 years ago. Eric Musselman leaves Arkansas, goes to Southern Cal, take Infield's place, and that is what brought Cal to Arkansas.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of that in football.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, touch on it here with the firing of Brian Kelly on Sunday,
Yeah. I got that up
and
on my screen
there's
about that.
you
Yeah.
know Joel Klatt talked about it, that there's like right now there's $167 million in buyout money, and they're going to, they're still negotiating uh, how much um, Kelly's going to get. He's owed 54, and the problem of it is, get this one: the AD, who is the guy at LSU, Scott Woodward, he's the same guy who made the big contract for Jimbo at A&M.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same guy. And
Hmm.
the two biggest buyouts
Come from that guy.
came from that guy.
Wow.
And let me tell you how deep it's getting down in the bayou. Jeff Landry, the governor of Louisiana, he's getting in the big fat middle of this thing. So you're talking not only LSU athletics, but you're talking Louisiana politics.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how deep that can get down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And that
love listening to their
and
United States senator on
those guys and the Louisiana politics is hardball politics for sure.
yeah, you think it's hardball politics in Texas or Oklahoma, it don't hold a candle
Not even close.
to Louisiana.
Not even close.
Not even close. That's right.
Mm.
But,
Mm-mm. Talking about Brian Kelly, I've been seeing a lot of reports, and I kind of wonder this too. He just never seemed to be a good fit for
he
LSU, did
wasn't a good fit. I mean, why do you leave Notre Dame?
he? Yeah,
That's going to be the $64 question.
yeah.
Why do you leave there and go to a place like LSU where if you don't beat Alabama, uh, you're a dead duck? I mean, he's 34-14
Yeah.
at LSU and gets shown the door. This goes all the way back. I mean, forget about Les Miles. Coach O, the only guy that was safe was Nick when he was there.
Mm-hmm. And
But
that was
you
back
go back,
20 years ago now, because he was there
yeah,
in '04,
yeah,
took out
you
the Alabama job.
Gary Donardo got let go.
Yeah.
Uh, there was another coach got let go. You can go all the way back into the 60s and 70s, and Charlie McClendon got shown the door because he couldn't beat Bear.
Mm-hmm.
There's, the rivalry between LSU and Alabama uh, is worse than OU Texas.
Yes, it is. It is.
It is on the
Agree.
scale. It's between OU Texas and Ohio State Michigan.
Michigan. Mm-hmm. I would agree.
That's you don't realize that, or even it. True, it's not a in-state, but uh, you take Alabama, Auburn. You got to declare your allegiance
Mm-hmm.
in Alabama, who you are going to root for. Roll Tide or War Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very interesting to see who gets that thing. That may have been elevated to the number one job that's available.
Very well could have been because, well, I'm trying to think of what all. I mean,
You got Penn State's
Flor-
open.
well, Penn State, I guess. Florida's not going to be the number one job. OSU's sure not going to be the number one job.
Arkansas isn't either.
Neither is Arkansas. So you got Penn State and LSU at this point in the
Yeah.
season.
And they're talking about Lane going possibly to one of those two, Florida or LSU. If
Yeah,
I'm him, I'm staying in Oxford.
I think I would too. Do you think he would get the financial support? And I'm not talking about his salary, but the donors for the NIL money support in Oxford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get that there that he would at Penn State or Florida or LSU. I mean,
Florida, Florida, he could, mainly because of the Bull Gators down there.
yeah.
They're, that's their big donors down there. Uh, LSU, I don't know. You're asking them to cough up the money to buy out uh, Kelly, and
Hmm.
then you're trying to get Lane. I just don't see it. Uh, the Arkansas job, like I've said, anybody but Bobby Petrino. And a
Yeah.
lot of people still want him. Why? I don't believe I don't get it.
No,
I
I don't.
don't get it. I mean, you've got James Franklin,
Yeah.
you've got the guy at SMU who everybody is clamoring for.
Yeah.
But throw these two characters out there. John Gruden and Coach O.
Hmm.
Now think about this one for a sec. You hire Gruden as the head coach. He is a quarterback guru. We both know that
Yep.
because of his quarterback camp.
Hmm.
He would bring in Ed Ogeron to be his offensive, not only line coach, but his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame him.
I wouldn't either.
Now here's the thing. You think Coach O would go there?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah. Mainly because he knows the SEC.
Yeah, he does from being.
And he wants to get back in it.
Does he?
He wants to get back in it. I mean, it is no secret that Coach O wants to get back in it. He's been out 4 years.
Well, I would tell you what, for me, Coach O himself would bring some of the fans in and make them
Oh,
excited. I mean, I would be excited if he came to Norman, honestly. And
think about this one for a minute.
I mean, not to take Brent Venable's place, but I'm just saying as an offensive coordinator
Yeah.
or coach,
Oh,
offensive line or something.
yeah. But think about this for a sec. Okay. They have the coaches show on Wednesday night over there in Fayetteville at Catfish Hole. You have Gruden as the head coach, and he brings Coach O on to the show.
Mm.
I guarantee you, Chuck Barrett would eat that up. Chuck's the broadcaster for the Razorbacks and
Yeah,
does that show over there. Oh, you talk about the fans and him
that,
having some fun.
that would be a fun show to listen to. And I'm an Oklahoma fan, and
Hey,
but
and
Coach O
you
is
go
just a
over
fun
there,
guy to listen to.
yeah, you go over there and it's a buffet, catfish, shrimp, chicken, all the fixings, $35. And you've got to reserve beforehand. And if they knew that Coach O was going to be on the show next week,
That place would be sold out as soon as they opened up the reservations.
yeah, yeah, right, right. And the room they've got is separate from the regular uh, restaurant in
Is
there. Yeah,
it's fun.
you go to the left, and you go into the room where they do the show, and then on the right is the general public. So,
Hmm.
and it's great food over there. We go over there, uh, maybe once a month or every 6 weeks, something like that. Take the cooler because we're bringing food home afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Oklahoma State,
Oh,
they are in the dumpers right now. They're just trying to get to the end of the year,
I was
and
going to say they just need to stick a fork in this season, and
it's done. Yeah, and
it's
they got to go to Kansas, and KU gets drove in the Sunflower game by K
Mhm.
State at home. I mean, they were the K State people and the K State band. I mean, they were playing Wabash Cannonball after the ball game.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the best thing about Oklahoma State football right now is what those students are doing in their section.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's by far more entertaining than anything that's happening down on the field, in my opinion.
Oh, it's you feel bad for the OSU fans because
Yeah, you do.
with 2 years ago you were flying high. You had chance to. You thought you were going to be the kingpin in the Big 12, but now
Yeah.
they're just going to have to start from scratch.
Everybody assumed that OSU would take over the Big 12 for the most
Mhm.
part when Oklahoma
Yeah,
and Texas left. OSU's got a big problem right now, and we talked about this offline a little bit. They've got a huge problem because, in my opinion, from a PR perspective, it was a nightmare getting rid of Gundy in the middle of the year. He
yeah.
They should
But
have done it at the end of last year and had him retire or whatever they were going to do. And
the
this year,
problem is
you,
that you
but
had the upheaval
yeah,
at the top.
you did. They were in an upheaval at the top level at
Yeah.
that point. Um, but you're rid of Gundy and you don't play Oklahoma. At this
Mhm.
point in time, OSU football has nothing
Yeah,
to hold on to.
right.
Absolutely nothing.
And the question is going to be who do they get?
Who do they get as a coach, and who are they going to get to be their rival per se? To make
Uh, I think the rivalry right now is in state, and it's on the other side of the turnpike.
Tulsa
It's TU, but they don't play them every year.
not in the conference? Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because Tulsa's in the American.
Hmm.
Within the league, uh, you got to say KU, K State, Colorado would be another one. One of those three uh, would be the rival uh, if they can get things going again, and I think they will.
It'll
Let's
take
just get
time.
I mean, uh,
OSU fans better be prepared to be patient because it's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen overnight, and I think the fans, I think they realize that because they've been through that for so long.
Hmm.
So you're back to literally square one,
You are.
and you're going to have to start over. I hadn't even looked at their 26 schedule
I
yet.
haven't either. I've got the rest of their this year's schedule popped up, but
Uh, I think,
they've still got Kansas and Kansas State and
yeah,
Central Florida and Iowa State. I'm wondering if they're going to win another game.
that's the next question. Can they find a win? And just trying to find out. Okay, future schedules for OSU. 26. See what it looks like.
Up here real quick too.
Okay, I've got.
Do have
They
Tulsa.
go to Tulsa
Oh my gosh, they got to play Oregon.
at home,
Yeah,
and Murray State's the other one.
yeah.
So um, then the following year, 27, they go to Arkansas.
You know
And
that that used to be a fun game, OSU and Arkansas.
yeah, and they had to play that. They played that game in Little Rock way back.
They did.
They that was a game that Arkansas paid OSU,
Yeah.
and this goes all the way back, uh, probably in the days when Myron Roderick was running the show
hmm
at Oklahoma State, not only as the wrestling coach but also as the AD.
hmm
And that was back. Well, Jim Stanley would have been a coach back then, and maybe even further back than that, Floyd Gass. But they would have to make that trek uh, to Little Rock to open the season against Arkansas. That was
hmm
back when Arkansas played three at Little Rock and three in Fayetteville.
hmm
That
That's
was that's back in the day.
back in the day. That's going
Yeah.
back there a while. Yeah.
You would play OSU at Little Rock, and then the next week you play Tulsa at home.
hmm
And I can guarantee you, Arkansas grazed TU's palm too.
hmm
So, but as far as who the coach will be, I think it'll be into the football season before we know.
Yeah.
Uh, could be the uh, offense coordinator with the Atlanta Falcons, former player Zach Robinson. I've heard that name out,
And
but
that might,
it's
that might
been
cause a little bit of
pretty
excitement.
quiet.
But is that, I mean, I guess Coach Prime has done good at Colorado, but bringing in those former NFL players, sometimes that's more Hollywood than Texas.
Uh, this one wouldn't be,
Yeah.
mainly because he's a former player.
Yeah.
He played there.
Yeah.
So uh, they've got somebody maybe in mind. They're probably, Chaz Barron probably been working on this for a month, but he's not going to reveal anything until the season's over with.
Yeah.
Plus, they've also got to take care of him too. And president's already said
Um,
that.
talking about Big 12,
Yeah.
huge,
What about BYU?
huge one on the line this week in the Big 12. Number 10 BYU and number 13 Texas Tech. It's going to be massive impact on
And,
Big 12 standings.
and they've got to play in Lubbock,
In Lubbock. Yep. 11 o'clock kick,
10 o'clock your time.
10 o'clock my time.
And the going band will be in force,
Yes, it will.
and along with the mask rider.
Yep.
The tortillas will stay in the stands.
Yeah. No, no tortillas coming out of the stands, but
Probably maybe after the game if they win.
probably we'll see.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, you know, I'll add too, though, BYU's undefeated.
yeah,
So, I mean, Texas Tech, that still could put them tied for first,
yep.
even
But
with
with a tiebreaker,
Texas Tech win. But the tiebreaker would go to Tech then if that was the case.
right? Exactly.
Big
The,
game for BYU.
those two
But
again, possibly at Jerry's place.
what was that?
About those two, if it winds up tied,
I could see them having a rematch at Jerry's World for
yep,
the
I could
championship
too.
game. You know, been kind of kicking around in the back of my mind if BYU goes to Dallas. You might just find me and Terry there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Get there from here really easy.
Yeah, Delta could fly out of Salt Lake right into DFW.
Right in. And American out of Provo even go into DFW.
Okay. All right.
So either one,
Mm-hmm.
great shot. Um, BYU's not, they got the big one Saturday, and then 2 weeks they got to go to Cincinnati, who's ranked 17 right now. So that's not going to be an easy.
Not an easy road to hoe.
Mm, nope. They got UCF coming to town to close out the season, and then TCU in between Tech and Cincinnati. So got 4 games left, and 2 of them are going to be very, very difficult for them.
Yep, because
But
they're on the road.
yeah, both of them. But we'll see. Best of luck to the Cougs.
Mm-hmm. TU's off this week, and then big game here in Tahlequah.
Yeah. So,
Saturday evening, a 6 o'clock kickoff for homecoming.
so it's homecoming. Well, I guess now I kind of was trying to look. They brought home the President's Cup.
They did 28-21
How long has it been gone from Tahlequah?
since 2013.
I knew it had been a really long time since they've held that President's Cup.
We get to keep it for a little bit because, according to the story, we're not playing UCO next year.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what uh, what the plan is. I know that they got to make a decision on what they are going to do uh, as far as MIAA is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Oklahoma legislature, you can talk to Big Ed about it.
Mm-hmm.
They had drawn up a proposal to try to form a conference of all Oklahoma schools with the exception of UCO. Because at some point, UCO is probably going to go FCS. At least that's the plan,
Really?
the talk anyway.
Okay.
But the road to get into FCS is a lot tougher than what it's been in the last 3 or 4 years. So they may stay Division Two, stay in the MIAA.
Mm-hmm.
What's Northeastern going to do? Are they going to go into this supposedly uh, proposed conference by the Oklahoma legislature that I don't know will float, to be honest with you, mainly because the schools that are in the Great American, which is tied in with the Arkansas schools, they like what they're doing. Uh, their schedule is set because 11 ball games and you got 12 teams in the conference. You got 6 in Oklahoma, 6 in Arkansas.
Okay.
Uh, would they admit Northeastern and somebody else? That somebody else may be Missouri Southern, who would like to get out of the MIAA because they're tired of getting their heads caved in by Pitt State,
Yeah,
which
sure.
is their, which
Sure.
is the rival. And Coal Miners' game is this week. Uh, I think it's in Pittsburgh. But I haven't talked to anybody up there at Northeastern to see what the plan is as far as what are they going to do in 26 as far as uh, league or how the schedule's going to be, what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they're going to stay MIAA and everything except for football. I don't know. That's kind of a you're kind of playing with fire there
Yeah.
because you've got to set your schedule. You're going to try to find people. I mean, they're bringing in Lincoln out of California to play us for homecoming Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the
Win.
Saturday game, isn't it?
If we win, heck, that's first time we've won 6 probably since 2011. That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
Darren Cheverini's done a great job of getting the program back back together, back to where it was when Kenny was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
The years that he didn't have 25 guys on the sideline in street clothes by the end of the year
Mm-hmm.
because they were hurt. That's what happened to him 2012, 2013. He had a slew full of players that were
I
uh,
remember that. Had a
hurt that had major injuries.
yeah,
So
big
that
problem.
was that was a big problem. Uh, but we'll see what happens. Uh, got that game, and then I think they got one more ball game at home before the
McKendrick
season comes
or
to
somebody,
close.
right?
Huh?
It's like McKendrick or somebody, right?
Let me see.
McKendry. I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
McKendry. I don't know where they're from.
injury is. Let me get the schedule up here. Back up here. Football. Let's see. Okay, they've got Lincoln of California, McHenry at home on the 8th, and then go to Livingston, Alabama to take on West Alabama.
Yeah.
But McKendree comes in. That's senior day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were they're out of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. So that's a conference that is, I want to say, Ferris State, I think, is in that league. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
much.
they're 4-4 right now. Well, they're in with William Jewell, Southwest Baptist, Missouri S&T, Lincoln, Upper Iowa, and Truman State, formerly known as Northeast Missouri. Okay, that's the league they're in. So they won't make it to the playoffs because they've got 4 losses. Northeastern's got 3 right now, but I don't think they'll be anywhere near the top 7 in the super region.
I
So,
wouldn't think so.
but they still might be able to get a postseason game. They do have some bowl games for people that don't make the playoffs in
Mm.
Division Two. So just have to wait and see if something like that happens. High school football, well, we're in the final 2 weeks of the season, believe it or not.
Golly, already. It seems hard to believe that we're already there.
Yeah. And Tulsa playing out the string as they were down 14-7 at half to Dell City, but then Dell City scored 21 in the third and wound up beating the Tigers 42-14. That uh, ends the Tigers' uh, drive to go to the playoffs. They'll finish out the year. Be on the road. They go to Tulsa Rogers Friday night, and then next Friday night they take on the Hale Rangers. Got a chance to be 5-5, but the problem was is that they lose 4 times in the district, and that's not going to get you in the playoffs.
No, it's not.
So
It is sure not.
the team that will make the playoffs is the Sequoyah Indians.
Mm-hmm.
They put a thumping on the West Side River Rats, better known as Tulsa Webster, uh, 79-8.
Whoa. Man, they're getting scores like Bigsby, aren't they?
Yeah, uh, Webster, a school that used to be a 5A, now they're down in 2A. and just brought the program back uh, last year because they didn't have enough kids to play, and now they're in 2A1, and Webster known more for basketball and wrestling, and they'll be getting ready for that here in the next couple of weeks. Uh, Sequoyah plays a Thursday night game at Westville, take on the Yellow Jackets at Aiken Langley Field. That'll be senior night for Westville, and the Lady Jackets softball team, they will be awarded their state championship, academic state championship, before the ball game, as they were the academic state champions in softball. So they'll
Very
get
good.
that. Tahlequah gets probably got theirs at the state tournament there in Norman. Either that or they got it Friday night uh, before the ball game against Del City. So two teams from around here doing quite well in the classroom, and they rewarded with a state championship trophy for academics.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
Sequoyah will
that's awesome.
close out the season next Friday night. They get Metro Christian for the right to possibly host at least two games in the playoffs. So
Good
should
deal.
be a big crowd at Thompson Field for that ball game and senior night.
I would think so. I'm glad they've had a good season.
Yes. Talk about track meet. There was a track meet out at Jerry Hood Field for the Keys Cougars final game of the season at home. They lost to Adair, who's ranked number one in Class 2A Division 2. 64-41 was the final. 105 points scored.
100 and over 100, broke 100.
Yeah. But they go on the road. They've got Commerce Friday night and then face Wyandotte to finish the season. And both of those games are on the road on the next 2 weeks. The only other team that got a win was the Hulbert Riders. They went down to my old alma mater, down to Warner, and defeated the Eagles 26-22. They played that one on Thursday night because of the impending storms we had last week.
Yeah.
Everybody pushed
Lots.
everything at
Yeah, I
night.
went to Thursday night.
Yeah,
Norm,
mainly because
I
it
was at
was
Norman, and Norman North's game went to like 1:30 in the morning.
on
Late
Friday night,
on Thursday night.
on Thursday night.
Even on
Because,
Thursday night. Took forever. Yeah.
man, mercy. So the storms hit in that area that night, and they had to wait it out because you're in the middle of district play.
Yeah. Band left at halftime, and that was at 11 something.
Ooh, so they didn't kick off till like 9 something.
No.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Especially on one thing. It's one thing on a Friday night, but
Yeah.
on a Thursday night,
Then you got to
and
get up and go to
beat
work
the
the next morning
trying
and
to beat the
school.
storms, and it winds up getting right on top of you. Uh, that's just bad luck right there.
Sure is.
Uh, what about last night in the World Series?
Yeah.
18 innings. It was the tied for the longest game in World Series history, going 18 innings. Tied the time of the game, 6 hours and 39 minutes.
Hmm.
and Freddie Freeman hits a ball to dead center field to end it at 10 minutes till midnight Los Angeles time. So it was 10 minutes till 2 here when
Yeah.
that game ended.
Yep.
And now you've got the Dodgers leading 2-1 with Shohei Ohtani, who went 4 for 4, two doubles, two home runs, walked 5 times, four of them intentionals. They just held up four fingers and said, send him to first base. And two of those times, there was nobody on. They did not want to face him with a chance of him sending the ball out of Dodger Stadium.
No, they didn't. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you blame him? No, I don't.
Now, when is the next game?
Uh, when is the next one? In about 8 minutes as we're taping this. So 6 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock
So
here in Tahlequah,
8 minutes.
and Shohei is on the bump.
All right.
And yeah, we get done with this, I'm gonna turn the TV on and watch that one. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Basketball is just around the corner. Arkansas
Weekend,
played
right?
an exhibition game
Yeah.
last night at FedEx Forum in Memphis. Fundraiser for St. Jude's last night. They had around 15,000 at the FedEx Forum. Arkansas, they were down 15 at one point and came back and won 99-74 over a Memphis team that uh, rebuilt by Penny Hardaway, who's the coach down there. And a lot of fans cheered for Coach Cal whenever they introduced him. He got a much warmer reception in Memphis than he did last year at Rupp Arena in Lexington.
Hmm.
And they opened the season Monday night against Southern. And that game's going to be on the SEC network. I haven't heard if I'm going to get to work that one or not, but we'll see. I'll probably get quite a few of the ball games when the conference hits come January. But I'd like to get that one just to see what they look like. They're playing really, really well, and here they are, just two exhibition games in. So it's could get really interesting in
Oh,
Fayetteville
good.
if they stay healthy. That's going to be the big thing. Well, I think we've got that pretty well covered as far as
I think so.
everything around here and around college football. We can talk about next week. We'll talk what happened in Knoxville,
Hmm.
prepare for. Now, you guys got the week off after this one, is that right?
So I think so. And then we got a gauntlet go through. I mean, we are going through the meat grinder to finish out the year.
Well, the LSU game may not be as bad a meat grinder as we thought.
Not at what we were thinking in the first of the season. It's going to be the last. It's going to be senior night at Norman. So we'll see what happens. Of course, we still got to go to Alabama.
Yeah,
That's not going to be fun.
they're going to be waiting on you.
Yep, they will, especially after last year.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Bad thing might be, and after the ball game, you might be getting a big dose of Rammer Jammer.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Cover Four podcast. Next week, we'll talk about final week of high school football, what the playoffs might look like. We might have two in the playoffs
Hope we do.
with Sequoyah, and if Keys would win Friday night, they would at least get fourth in their district. But
Yep.
then the problem is they would have to face whoever wins that other side of the district.
Yeah.
So whoever crosses them. So we'll see what happens, and we'll do that next week on the Cover 4 podcast. So long, everybody.